y'all, so I want to show you this dream really quick. I don't want to put pearls before swan though, so I'm going to give it in as little detail as possible. But basically in my dream, on my version of it, I'm in a desert and I'm driving down a highway, and it's a 2-lane highway. There's no one else on the road. It looks like Arizona, but like more dry, more of a desert. And I'm in this beautiful turquoise. Oh my gosh, I wish I had this car in real life. It was like made in the 1960s or 70s, and it was turquoise or teal, but it was like convertible. Super gorgeous. But I'm driving this car, and my daughter's in the front seat, passenger seat, and I'm driving. In my dream, I'm really skinny, y'all. Like, really skinny. Like, I think in my, like, skinniest I've ever been when I was, like, 19, 18, I was, like, 95 pounds. In my dream, I look like that, but I was, like, my age now, or I look very similar to my age now. My hair looked more blonde from being in the sun. I was really, really tan, which I think was from being out in the desert sun. My grandpa was Native American, and so I do get really tan if I'm in the sun. And my daughter was in the front seat, and she looked like, 16, 17, and she's obviously not a teenager yet. So it seemed to be very far in the future, or in the future, if this were to happen in the future. So we're going down the highway. I'm in this car, and I pass by these two kids to the left of me on the highway, and I drive past them because they're little kids. They're blonde. They're beautiful. They're tan. The blue eyes, just gorgeous blonde hair. They were beautiful kids, like what you'd see in The Sound of Music, And I think, as I pass them, I think to myself, well, I can't get them or I'll be a target. But then I turn around, get a U-turn, put them in my car because I know what'll happen to them if I don't help them. So I put them in my car, and we drive down to this further down, and I see a gas station coming up. So I tell the kids that we're going to go to the gas station. We're going to be quiet, and they're just not going to let themselves feel afraid. And if they don't let themselves feel fear, we'll be completely invisible to these zombies, and they won't wake up. So this gas station looked like you'd see in any movie where, like, it's desolate, there's nothing, and there's just like a gas station with like 2 or 3 pumps in like a little shack type building. Nothing fancy, not like a Circle K or something like that. So I tell the kids that I'm going to turn off the car and roll up to it. So I do, and even from far away, you can see that this gas station has no humans there, but it's covered with zombies, 30, 40 zombies, and they're all congregated at this gas station in stasis. It looks like they're standing straight up. Their heads are kind of leaned over like this, and they're skinny, like they're skinnier than I was in the dream, and I look like I was 95 pounds in the dream. Skinny, and they had warts and tumors. I mean, they looked horrible. They looked like if you were in a Disney movie, like a witch, how ugly she is. It was like that. They were super ugly, super terrifying to even look at. You'd feel like you were going to throw up just looking at them. Like, they looked awful. Their faces were all disfigured from tumors and warts. Like, their noses were all the way down to their chest and stuff. It was like weird. So I tell the kids not to be afraid. They're in the back seat. They're not my kids. And they're little kids between 4 and 7, it looked like. Between the ages of 4 and 7, it was a brother and sister. They're in the back seat of the car. My daughter and I get out, and I take her with me into the gas station. So we walk right through the zombies that are in stasis. And in my dream, as I'm getting out of the car and walking into the gas station, I see this African-American girl, gorgeous girl, to the right of me. She's to the right of me and to the right of my car, to the right side, because I'm facing the gas station. And she is shaking in her boots. She is terrified. She is looking at me, and I can hear her thoughts. And in my dream, she thinks to herself, I can hear her as if she's talking, and she's thinking. And I hear her think, this girl must not see the zombies. Like, she's not afraid at all. She must not be able to see them. God has protected her from being able to see these frightful, horrible-looking zombies. And I laugh in my head. I laugh because I'm like, oh, she thinks I don't see them? Like, she's so cute. Oh, like, you know how you would like a little kid? You're like, oh, she's so cute. She's so afraid. She's so adorable. That she would be so scared. I think I don't see him. So I go into the gas station, and I come out. with my daughter. We go into the car, we leave, and the kids in the back seat are just blown away. Like they saw a magic trick. They're just like, no way. Like, they didn't even wake up. Like, you were right. Like, we weren't scared. And I was so proud of the kids because I had trained my daughter in the dream. I had trained my daughter to know how to conquer her fear and not feel afraid. But it was this kid's first run, and they passed, and they did exceptionally amazing. So I was so proud of them, saying like, oh yeah, y'all didn't wake up any zombies. Like, y'all didn't feel fear at all. You were totally chill. You were totally at peace. I'm so proud of y'all. And we drove off. And I remember that when I got out of the gas station, the African-American woman who had been hiding was no longer there. Years later, I'm now on YouTube looking at other people's dreams that have had zombie dreams, just wondering if they've had dreams like I've had. And this woman describes the exact same dream, but from her perspective. But only for part of it. So she doesn't see the part of me picking up the kids. She doesn't see the part of me. I think she sees me pull up to the gas station. She sees the kids in my back seat, and she sees me and my daughter get out of the car and go into the gas station. What's funny, though, is she's seeing it from her perspective. So she describes seeing a woman get out with her daughter and that they must not be able to see the zombies because they're not afraid. So she says, and she literally says on YouTube, she says, God protected this woman from being able to see these terrible zombies. That was her belief and her perspective, but that isn't actually what happened to me. So she says that we get out of the car, we go into the gas station. She says I go into the gas station to pay for gas, but actually no, there was no one in the gas station that you could pay for gas. So you'd have to go in just so you could turn the pump on, if that makes sense. It wasn't an operating world where you'd go pay for gas. But does that make sense? She's like describing the dream from her perspective of hiding there and seeing me come out of the car, walk past the zombies, go into a gas station and come out. So all she says on YouTube is that she has a dream of a woman in a desert type area, come in the same car, same kids in the back seat, same daughter, get out, go into the gas station, walk past these terrible, awful looking zombies, and come out, and her perspective is that she's terrified, and she thinks I don't see them because I'm not terrified. And so she describes these awful looking zombies, etc., etc. That was her dream. Little does she know, I'm a complete stranger. I still have not even spoken to her, but she describes the exact same car, the exact same me, the exact same daughter, the exact same kids in my backseat, the same terrible looking zombies. And I even know what she looks like. So in my dream, I saw her. And then when I found her on YouTube, I'm like, oh my gosh, this girl was in my dream for like a bleep second. So we're complete strangers, but somehow we shared a dream. So it's kind of a miracle. And I almost wonder if this is happening to more believers. Are we seeing each other in our dreams and we just literally have no idea that we're literally sharing extreme experiences together, like as if we're both there. This woman literally thinks that I didn't see the zombies because in her mind, because it's her reasoning, right? She's seeing it, she's going off her reasoning. Her reasoning is if I did, I'd be afraid. Her reasoning also is that the reason why I went to the gas station was to pay for gas. So she didn't see that I actually went in there and there's no one to pay for gas, right? That I went in there for a different reason. So she just saw that glimpse of it. And she also didn't hear my thoughts, right? So otherwise she would have known like why I was there, that those kids weren't my kids. Only the one in the front seat was my actual daughter. In the dream, my daughter looked like she was 16, 17. She was like an inch taller than me. I mean, shorter than me, like to here. I'm only 5 feet tall. So, I don't know how old she was because they projected that she's going to be taller than me when she's older. When they're 2 and they measure you and everything, they said she's going to be like 5'4" or something like that. So she must have been younger than 18 or 19, but she looked older than 13 or 14. So I don't know. I don't know. I just, I was 5 feet at 12 and then I just never grew. So I have no idea. But yeah, y'all, if we are having these dreams, and many of us might be sharing dreams, that's kind of a miracle. So if you in your dream, you have a dream and you feel like you know that person, look online and see if somebody else had the same exact dream. Maybe they saw you too. Maybe y'all shared a dream just like me and this girl did. Um, Love y'all. Hope you enjoy your Sabbath. And I hope that this dream helps you in some way, whether it's to conquer the fears that you have now in life, or if, Elon Musk's prophecy comes true. Elon Musk just recently said, like this last year, he said that that we need AI, and the reason is because this is his words, not mine. That we need AI because there's going to be a zombie apocalypse, and humans need AI to conquer zombies. That's his reasoning of why we need artificial intelligence. I just say we need God. So, no offense, Elon, but I think God's more powerful than AI, so I'm going to go with him. And, but yeah, y'all, if you have any questions, reach out to me. Love you and have a good Sabbath. Ciao.